Hello everyone, welcome to the Stalwart Initiative, and we're back for another look at Unearthed Arcana. This time we're looking at the second installment of Mages of Strixhaven, an upcoming another Magic the Gathering crossover, Magic the Gathering D&D crossover, and it's going to give us a slew of new subclasses, and it's multi-class subclasses. So last time we took a look at the Lorehold and Prismari mages, which are subclasses for multiple classes. And today we're going to take a look at the Mage of Quandrix. And this one's pretty cool. This is like the physicist version of these mages. And this one is going to have both, you're going to be able to have both sorcerer, you can use it as a sorcerer or a wizard. Now keep in mind that like the other ones, the features you get in this subclass come online whenever their prerequisites are made within your class, and I'll explain that when we get there. For a breakdown of that, I kind of went over it in the initial video, saying how these subclasses work. So let's get into it. For those who become Mages of Quandrix, math and magic go hand in hand. Such individuals learn to break down natural phenomena into their core numerical components, and through manipulating those, alter reality on a whim. Their talents range from tangible physics, like multiplying plant growth and redistributing elements of probability and acceleration, to bizarrely theoretical exercises that warp the fundamentals of space and self. So we're getting here like plant growth, we're getting teleportation, things like that, and probability changes, which is going to go heavy because, you know, dice. So using this subclass is going to break down everything I broke down in the initial video, and what I mentioned. Whenever you meet the prerequisites, that's when you get the features. Oh, sorry, Adobe alert. I thought I shut those off. To break it down, the wizards get subclass features. You get your like school features at 2nd level, 6th level, 10th level, and 14th level. So everything, your subclass stuff for wizards is kind of front and mid progression centered, whereas sorcerers, you get your first feature at 1st level, 6th level, 14th level, and 18th level, if I remember that correctly. If not, correct me in the comments. So they're spread out more, but you get a higher end capstone ability for your subclasses, or you would normally, but now that you have to share them with the wizard, they have to tweak a little bit because you're not going to get it till 18th level as a sorcerer. So just keep that in mind. So the first feature we get here at 1st level, or 2nd level if you're a wizard, because that's when you get the subclass, is Quandrix spells. You learn the cantrip Guidance and the 1st level spell Guiding Bolt. You learn additional spells when you reach certain levels in this class, as shown on the Quandrix spell table. Each of these spells counts as a class spell for you, but it doesn't count against the number of spells you know. If you're a wizard, you can add these spells to your spellbook upon learning them without expending any gold and prepare them as normal. So a few things here. 1, Guidance, fantastic cantrip, especially to have for these two classes. And Guiding Bolt, amazing to get Guiding Bolt as a full caster class like this. That's not a healer or support. Very cool. And the spells we get, Enlarge, Reduce, makes sense. Spike Growth, so at 3rd level, your spells are going to be oriented towards growing and shrinking things. Aura Vitality, which up until Tasha's Cauldron was purely a paladin spell. Now I think it is both a cleric and druid spell as well. So Aura Vitality and Haste, your 5th level class spells are rocking. Those are both tremendous spells. 7th level, we get Control Water and Freedom of Movement. Okay, so manipulating the environment. Cool. 9th level, we get Circle Power and Pass Wall. Very cool. Okay. Next up at 1st level, or as your first set of abilities here, Functions of Probability. By iterating on the mathematical patterns of reality, you can nudge chance to tilt around a creature. When you cast a spell using a spell slot that targets at least one creature, you can choose that creature or another creature within 30 feet of it, including yourself, and add one of the following effects. Now, something I noticed here, keep in mind that this does say that when you cast a spell using a spell slot that targets at least one creature. So I don't believe AoE spells that target the ground, that target an area of effect, this would count on, but things like Scorching Ray and attacking oriented abilities will, as well as, in enchantment and illusion magic that targets a creature. So, yeah. So first one you get to pick from is diminishing function. The chosen creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, or the creature must roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from the next attack roll it makes before the start of your next turn. So a boosted Bane, although it is only for attack rolls, which kind of sucks. I mean, I get it because this is pretty powerful because you can do this, on after you cast a spell. So if you use a reaction spell or whatever, or on your turn. So this will affect their attack roll. Or you can use supplemental function. This is our buffing one. Once before the start of your next turn, the chosen creature can roll a d6 and add the number rolled to an attack roll or a saving throw of its choice. So that one gets 2 functions. The creature can roll the d6 after rolling the d20, but must decide before any effects of the roll occur. Very nice little caveat to put in there. So yeah, this is manipulating the probability here. So you're either boosting allies or baning, baning the enemy there. Very nice. So our 6th level ability is Velosa, the Raptor. Yep, totally. This is a Raptor subclass if I've ever seen one. Velocity Shift. You learn to manipulate kinetic formulas and alter the velocity of another creature. When a creature you can see starts its turn or moves to a space within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC, which it can choose to fail. Very important there. On a failure, the creature is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. You can use a reaction in this way a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. This is really cool. I really like this one. So proficiency bonus, you're getting this at 6 levels here. You already can use this 3 times per long rest. This is very cool. This can not only affect your allies and get it so that you can get them out of harm's way or get them in so they can tank for you, whatever the case may be, but also it's essentially rewinding time or displacing the enemy if they're coming at you or an ally. This is really cool, especially if you've seen like the first episode of Loki, the new Loki series. Just bloop, bloop, plopping them where you need them in battle, both ally and foe. Very cool. I like it. So we've gone with probability. We've gone with now the teleportation thing. Let's see what we got at 10th, starting at 10th level. Null equation. Through careful calculations, you beset your enemies with abstract equations that reduce their might. Once per turn, immediately after dealing damage to a creature, you can force the creature to make a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failure, the creature has disadvantage on strength and dexterity saving throws, and its weapon attacks deal only half damage. These effects last until the start of your next turn, and you can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, regaining all uses when you finish a long rest. This is cool. I like this, though it's pretty specific. So disadvantage on strength and dex saves, which is great. If you or your allies are planning on using either things like AoE effects that they have to dodge out of, like fireball or lightning bolt or whatever, dex saves in that manner, and some things also require strength saves. That's good. The fact that it's specifically weapon attacks only deal half damage, that is very powerful. Okay, don't get me wrong, that's great. Diminishing half their damage, especially with some of the other things that it could stack on with these subclasses. If you have multiple people, giving them vulnerability, and then this one taking away half their damage, that's very powerful. But if you're going against a caster who doesn't need to use those attacks, or doesn't need to worry so much about having to make a strength or dex save against you, it's kind of lacking there. If it was weapon or spell attacks, that would still be better. I think it should at least be spell attacks as well, because that still doesn't affect their AoE spells, but at least it affects their attack spells. So you're really only taking out martial characters in here. It's still useful, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see that expanded a little bit more. So our capstone at 14th level, or if you are a... you'll get this at... Yeah, how does that work out? Interesting. So 14th level, this would be right when the wizard would be able to get their capstone. But the sorcerer is going to get this at 14th level and have to sit around for a while and not get anything at 18th level. Ooh. That kind of sucks. That's a feels bad. But I get it, because you normally get like 4 different abilities and this kind of stacks up like this. Okay, I get it. It just kind of sucks because sorcerers need more love, you know. But the 14th level is quantum tunneling. Your mathematical expertise extends to altering the foundational equations of your very being. You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Very nice, and they don't specify non-magical, so that's great. Additionally, you can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but you take 1d10 force damage for every 5 feet you move while inside another creature or object. If you end your turn inside a creature or object, you are shunted into the nearest unoccupied space you last occupied. That seems like a steep penalty. All right, so every 5 feet you move through something, you take 1d10 force damage. I know at level 14 and above, 1d10 isn't a humongous amount, but these are both d6 hit point characters you have here, or classes. Both the sorcerer and wizard are pretty frail normally, excluding, you know, using features and other stuff, are pretty low on the totem pole as far as hit point die. So that's going to hurt a lot. 1d10. I would think this would be... It would be a nice trade-off. If it's hurting you, it should hurt them, right? If you're going through a creature and you take 1d10 force damage, maybe, you know, deal force damage to them. Both of you take the same amount of damage as you move through that creature, and limit it to, like, you can only do it once per turn, or, you know, the effect only happens once per turn or once per creature. That would be cool. But having you take all that damage, it's just, I don't know. It's too much. It's too much of a payment. Taking it is fine, but share the wealth. Share it with the enemy. Or take, you know, you have to move X amount of whatever before you take that much damage, or just reduce the damage in general. I don't know. That just seems excessive. But let me know what you think. I'm going to try to keep these videos shorter, so we're just going to do the one at a time now. I'll see you back again real soon. So thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, unity is strength. So take care of each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again real soon.